And good morning. I'm your friend Scotty Ray. Look who's back in town.
Whoop whoop! I made it back. Mother-in-law is doing good. So yeah, we had a little mini vacation in there, and then mother-in-law had a little, not a scare, but she needed to see the doctor. But she's doing good.
Odie took her to give a wheel is what he really done.
Yeah.
Before you go,
could you sign here?
O-D-I-E.
Yeah, we go by Otis on those legal documents.
Otis.
You know.
Go ahead and make that official.
Yeah.
Good morning, everybody. It is good to have you back. Odie has done something that I would never do. You went parasailing.
Been wanting to do it for years and talking about it, and so we went parasailing this weekend. John and Ann went with us.
Would you say 100 feet in the air? How high do those go when that parachute?
It was 100, maybe a little more than 100.
It has two factors that I don't like. Height, and then when they pull you down, you go underwater. I don't care how they say you got a life jacket on, you're going under. Two of my nemesis there that I don't care for, Odie.
We had a blast. It was peaceful just floating around. Now I got to go jump out of an airplane.
Well, I'm going to let you do that too.
I'll take a camera this time.
Tell me this, Odie. What does it cost, and how long do you get for your time up in the air? Do you get 10 minutes?
We pay $75 a pop.
Okay.
And we were probably up there, I don't know, I'd say maybe 15 minutes, something like that, 10, 15 minutes. It was nice. They ride you around. You get to see over everything. Of course, we looked down in the water. The water wasn't real clear because of the storms, so you didn't see a whole lot. But overall, it was nice.
I see John comment. I don't know what he's talking about. No, that he enjoyed it. I'm not sure.
Yeah, he was up there, so he got to enjoy it.
Good morning, Alan. Joining us from Dalewood this morning. As always, we love to hear where you're watching from. We'd love to know about that. Busy day, and we want to remind you, I said this on the first show about the heat today. 110 is what we're looking at today, Odie. Tomorrow, we will go another step. 115 is what's expected with the heat index tomorrow.
Yeah, that water would feel good. And I tell you, Greg did say something that was very important. You cannot drink water today for today. You've got to drink water today for tomorrow. You've got to stay on top of your hydration.
That's true.
And so because of the heat tomorrow, you need to continue to stay on your water regimen.
Nadine says she ain't ever doing it again. She went parasailing 2 years ago, got sick, won't ever do it again.
Charlene jumped out of the airplane about 3 or 4 times.
Oh, John says.
Also, he said no to the airplane.
Okay.
We'll see how that goes. He said no to the parasailing, too.
We got to get back with the air refueling unit. We need to do this before planes are switched. Where's Jeff Tate? We need to go up and do an investigation.
We need to do a report from out there on the wing.
I will do it from inside the window and watch you, and you just do whatever it is you do. But I would like to see that before that particular plane, because now it's done with a human, and I think the new planes that will come, it will be electronic.
Yep. Oh,
and run over there.
Well, here you go. So it's not as deep as the ocean, and there's your invitation there.
What's
Won't
that?
cost you a dime to go parasailing right out there at Dalewood.
That's okay. Y'all go right ahead.
I'll get another boat. Me and Greg will follow under you.
No, I'll ride in a boat so long as I got somebody that can swim. That's always been my thing, because I can't swim, and I'll go fishing with somebody so long as you can swim, and pick up a 200-pound old boy and put him back in the boat in case there's an issue.
Well, see, what's better than me and Greg following behind you, under you in a pontoon
Me
boat?
sitting on the dam out there watching y'all. That's. I'm a big enough old boy to admit I have fears, and those are my two that I just don't care for.
So you'll just report those.
Yeah, somebody's got to be there at the bank to report what happened. And, well, I'm that guy. That's what we have going on. Flying is great. Love it, love it. I don't know if everybody, and I've read the story, the gospel group, I believe it's the Nelsons, of that plane crash that happened this week. And again, I don't know the gospel world as good as I should, but I think they were very popular. And they have described that crash, Odie, as being horrific, as in the plane is coming down from 26,000 feet. It wasn't a quick descent. The airplane came apart as it slowly went down, and they were 100% aware of what was happening. A wing part would break off, this would break off, the tail would break off, and they're saying that family knew what was coming until it hit ground. They're saying that was probably one of the most horrific things that has ever happened in a plane crash. We send condolences to those family members, and I'm sure a lot of y'all know who the Nelsons are when it comes to that world of music. I did not, but that's just bad news there. Good news for Odie, you might want to go out and refinance again as they're getting ready to drop interest rates. Hadn't happened yet, but all things are indicating that it's going to be. Could be a boom in the housing market.
Well, I'll tell you what else you're going to see, and that's going to be the prices of fuel's going to go down. They're going to try what they can.
Between now and the election.
Well, you should have done that 4 years ago when the price of gas was already at $1.80?
Yeah.
You know, and then you jacked it up to what it is now. And now you want to try and drop it and say, oh, look what we did. But if you've noticed, sometimes they raise it 30 cents and then drop it 20 and make everybody feel good.
Yeah.
They sitting back going, we still got a dime a gallon from you, dummy.
I couldn't help but notice yesterday, and I'm going to bring this up. I had to go make a deposit at the bank, and while I was sitting there, I don't even know, Angie filled it out for me because I made mistakes before when I make deposits. So she filled it out for me to go make a deposit, and I was sitting at the commercial bank. And as I sat there, Odie, I looked to my left and I counted 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a 4. I counted 10 repossessions sitting there in the parking lot. So, just if you were thinking about not paying your payment over there at Commercial Bank, just a friendly reminder, they will come and hook to your stuff and send the repo man to get it. There might be a garage sale in the parking lot because there's nowhere to park on that west side of the bank.
You might get a good deal on a vehicle coming up.
It was you can take your pick from Ford trucks. I saw Chevrolet cars. It's an array of cars.
Well,
it was a heap of them.
We've seen them repo some tires before, hadn't we?
Yes, we have. Scotty Ray, make payments on whatever it is you get.
That's not funny. I've been there, and
the aftermath was funny though.
It was.
The scene was actually funny. It's not funny if it's happening to you.
Yeah.
Make your payments at the end of the day. What it's all about there. Scotty Ray and Odie. It is Tuesday morning. We'll be right back. Wow. Bittersweet Crossroads in downtown Enterprise has new hours for summer. Monday through Friday, 8 until 5 p.m. and Saturday, 9 until 5 p.m. A great sandwich shop where they make their own honey mustard. Come try a sub or wrap today. They make some of the best homemade frozen custard with hot fudge drizzle. For specialty coffee, frozen custard, sandwiches, and ice cream, it's Bittersweet Crossroads, Highway 11 South, downtown Enterprise. 601-453-4009.
Our local headlines are brought to you by the Rock House Gun and Pawn.
Philadelphia Gun and Pawn, located at 910 Posey Avenue, has tons of lawnmowers to choose from. A big selection of zero-turn lawnmowers, power washers, and even barbecue grills. Step inside the store and see their complete line of Liberty safes along with those Browning safes. A large selection of Louis Vuitton purses along with satin shirts and bead sets. And tons to choose from for the outdoorsman in your household. And always a great deal on any type of jewelry you're looking for. And a private lobby for pawns for your confidentiality. Philadelphia Gun and Pawn.
Downtown Meridian is thriving with a fresh look, and now it's getting a new neighbor. Toyota of Meridian is now open under new hometown leadership. We're bringing automotive knowledge and experience home with a focus on improved customer satisfaction and all new pricing. Toyota of Meridian is excited to serve the Queen City and exceed your expectations.
I'm Trinara Rush, and I want to invite you to Toyota Meridian, where hometown pride drives excellence.
Welcome back. Your friend Scotty Ray along with Odie. There's a lot of mystery into this, and the church is not telling much of this as you go to Texas. There's a lot of mega churches out there. And as we go to Cross Timbers Church, it's in Fort Worth, the preacher has abruptly resigned. And it is pointing, they have not said what it is, but they're implying that it ain't good. He has resigned, and they're going to appoint someone to be the pastor there for a little while. Big church.
You know, a big church is a big church, and a lot of people like it. I'm one of those that tend to like to have a personal relationship with my pastor. Could you imagine 30,000 people you go to church with?
There's some big ones.
Man, that preacher ain't got a clue who you are. I want a preacher to see me walking down the street and say, "Hey, Odie."
You know him at Walmart.
You know him at Walmart. But yeah, 30,000, he'll never know you. Not unless you went up there with a wad of money. Oh, I know who you are.
We had something happen yesterday, and when I first reported this, I wasn't aware of just how serious the situation was. And when it first got to me, there had been an attempted carjacking. We've heard of that before. That's normally they come up and they snatch a door handle and then they give up. Well, this was much more serious than that. We'll go to 5th Street, is where it runs into Highway 80, right by Slay Steel.
Yeah.
Now, from what I'm understanding from witnesses, what they saw was an elderly lady in a car. Someone threw a rock at her, and she pulls over. They come up, and they try to get in her driver's door, break her door handle, and then get in the back seat of her car. Struck her many times in the face. Then climbs to the front seat, continues to hit her. Somebody ran up to the window and says, "Look, police are coming." And he jumps out of the car on foot and runs. Now, I don't know the extent of her injuries or if she was, because I was on the other side of town and I was coming back there. All of this was over by the time I got over there. Here's the parking lot where all this is 5th Street. This is Highway 80. This is 5th Street. And this is the other direction headed back toward Highway 19.
Is that like the whole Frank's Drive-In parking lot? Okay.
That's it right there. That's where I pulled over and took those pictures. Now, again, I don't know how she is this morning. I haven't heard anymore, but certainly it can't feel good.
No.
And all I have is that she was elderly. So keep this in mind. If someone throws something at your car, just keep going and go down and call the police when it's more people around and a better... you're not alone with whoever it is.
Yeah.
And my first thing would be, well, let me pull over and handle this situation. But when someone can overpower you, and sometimes it's more than one that jump out try to take your car. They did not get her car. They got scared when the person ran up and told them the police were en route. And they did. The police came in a hurry out there, got there as quickly as they could because they were not far. The shooting had just happened down the street. And they shot down there. They were able to get there quick. He was on foot and got away, whoever he was. So if you were in the area and Mike could identify, talk to police, several different descriptions. When things happen quickly, people see it different than others. And sometimes police have to take what you say and you say to get the clear picture because you know as well as I do, a person is described, it happens that quick, and sometimes the shirt's a different color. It's quick.
Yeah. And mine can play a trick on you.
It can.
And you got to be careful. I'm not an attorney. There's other people out there that can really get you, and that's what the class is for. Take the class. Study. Take the class. But a trained person, the knowledge of the person, can not only protect themselves when they're armed, but they can protect the community while you're armed as well. There's legal ramifications, and you need to be up to speed on the legal part of it. But you can legally protect your brother, sister, and your community.
Yeah, find out.
Find out.
Take those extra courses. As I mentioned right down the street, this is when I showed up here of something going on 5th Street. This would be right off 5th Street. You know where Mid-South Welding is?
Yeah, right there on the corner, 19, 11.
Yep, and you've got the
whatever it
Marathon
is.
gas station.
Yep,
One
yep.
block due east of there is where all of this would unfold yesterday afternoon. Now, this is video, and I'm talking is the only reason that I'm not going to play that. If you'll, right here at this intersection, let me just move this
Well, it's because
forward.
everybody that rode by was yelling at you and asking what was going on.
I was talking to a few people.
You did?
Right here, do you see this truck?
Yeah.
That's a F-250 pulled over. This is the man that was shot where he came to stop. Someone was in with him, and he was bleeding. It was bad. This was not, and I reported it. Somebody was shot in the leg. Well, that sounds, there's not much to it. Well, the bullet hit a main artery.
You got one of them down there.
And it was serious. As they pulled over on the side of the road, the Metro ambulance would arrive at the scene, and dozens of police would be there. Now, at first, I thought, well, this is where it happened, and I would quickly learn that the shooting actually happened a few blocks. You know where Budweiser sits, 49th Avenue.
Yep.
You go right past Budweiser and take a right. The church that has been vandalized over and over, Sunrise,
Yeah.
1 block over from there, it's a mechanic shop in there. And from what I'm understanding, it was a dispute between a guy that was working on a vehicle and a guy that was getting his car worked on. A gun was pulled and the customer was shot. Meridian Police has taken into custody Daniel Dixon. He has been charged with aggravated assault. Now, we don't know what led up to the argument over what kind of work was being done. Doesn't matter at this point. I stood there and watched it. Let me pull this up here. And this is a quick video here. I don't think there's any talking on this one as we look at this. Here's the mechanic shop. As you'll see all of this parked here. And let's just hit play, Odie. Plenty of police there as well as they would take him into custody. He would be placed into this car right here and then escorted down to the Meridian Police Department. A lot of times when someone's detained there in the beginning, no charges are filed, but they have been filed at this point on him. So whatever happened escalated quick, and it shouldn't have happened apparently, because there is a charge on that. Now, I've also got some still pictures on this that I hadn't had a chance to load on this, and we'll put some up here in a little while when we list who's been arrested on this. Serious matter. He's in stable condition this morning. The man is.
That's good.
Airlifted to Jackson.
Yeah.
And let me say this, and I don't want anybody to take this wrong, what I'm fixing to say. Don't you like the way I use that word, fixing?
Well, sometimes we got to say that.
Because I don't understand. This is a question, is where I'm going with this. A statement and a question all at the same time. Meridian, for years, was known as the medical town. We were it. I know 3 times this weekend, someone was airlifted to Jackson. Does this tell us now that Meridian is not equipped to handle gunshot wounds that are serious? Do we not have the doctors in Meridian that we once had, and they're in a bigger city now?
We don't have the surgeons.
I'm asking for a friend here because that's concerning. And I think I'm right, but I couldn't put my hand on a Bible and say that's the whole truth and nothing but the truth. But it sure leads to that, Odie.
It does, and in layman's, because I don't know this, but what does it look like from us on the outside looking in? When the Rush family owned Rush Hospital, when the Riley family owned Riley Hospital, when the Anderson family owned Anderson's Hospital, you had 3 major hospitals that took care of everything. Rush Hospital, competitive. Rush Hospital was known worldwide for their orthopedics.
Yes, sir.
And now you turn around and they were bought by, more or less, in my eyes, a investment company that buys hospitals. And now you see the diminishing of our medical care in Meridian. And now we were medical for the hub, not just here, but you're talking 60-mile radius all the way around. We were a major medical hub.
And I'll say this, I don't mean this mean, I'm just going to say it the way it is. For 20 plus years, I had a relationship with Rush Hospital probably like this. More than nice. Under new management, I hadn't been given the time of day. Even I went up for one meeting, and it isn't what it was. Oshner, or however you want to word it, it's lost something. Before, Rush was a very tight-knit family. Anything that I called about, I got an answer quickly, an answer. They talked to me. I could go up anytime. Dan Harrison. I mean, folks, one of the most top management there for years. And I was there. I came to the ceremony at the hospital when he passed away. 48 years old, if y'all remember. I was really close with him, and I don't have that relationship with what's going on now. What is going on? And I don't mean this mean. I'm just stating the changes that have happened here. We life flight a lot of people out. It worries me.
We do, and there it is again. I'm not telling you which one to go with, but go ahead and excuse me. Go ahead and get you that helicopter insurance. It's not going to guarantee the helicopter's going to fly and pick you up. It's not going to guarantee there's one available. But if you've got to have it, it'll guarantee to save you some money. And
20 grand, 18 to 20 grand for a flight from here to Jackson.
Oh,
probably
no.
More than that.
Yeah, you're looking around 50. And this costs
that isn't in our family budget.
No, and this cost you, I think between both of them, me and Amy pay $200 a year, and I paid an extensive version because we like to travel. We don't go on cruises, and if I'm in Mexico, they'll send a fixed wing airplane to come get me in Mexico. That's worth the $120 for that one a year. $200 a year, and I'm covered by 2 helicopter companies that have the availability to send a fixed wing to come get me. It's worth it.
Yeah. Yeah.
But man, you never know when you may need it.
We got more coming up. There's a lot that's going on that we ain't got to yet. We've got murder charges in Kemper County. Did you realize it while you were gone? But no, it's not murder. Attempted murder charge.
Attempted murder.
We'll tell you about that. And I know the guy. I didn't realize that. I didn't know his real name. You know, everybody has a nickname.
Yeah.
We'll tell you about that next as Scotty Ray and Odie begin our day. Summertime has arrived, and Freeman Tractor on Highway 494 has the exact lawnmower for your need. If you've got a big yard with acres and acres to mow, they have a mower for that. No matter the size yard you have, Freeman Tractor has the lawnmower that fits you and your budget. From 48-inch all the way up to 60, or the X-Mark lawnmower. Plenty of these to choose from. Also, they carry a complete line of LS tractors. Come by for a test drive today. Financing available. Drop in today to Freeman Tractor, Highway 494, see coleslaw or buttermilk.
Just $41 a month for this new Brother embroidery machine. Buy it local and get instructions for life, service, financing, the lowest price guaranteed, and take it home today at the Sewing and Vacuum Center in Meridian and so Select in Flowood and Hattiesburg.
As the seasons change, so do your clothes, and Garrett Sports Center on 8th Street has exactly what you need. Haybo shirts, long and short sleeve, also Hulk shirts. And America's favorite brand, Carhartt. Whether you need work pants or slacks for church. And nothing lasts like a pair of Carhartt overalls. Maybe it's a set of boots that you need. From box to lacrosse, they have the boot for you. And as hunting season rolls in, they have all the camouflage you need and toboggans to boot. Garrett Sports Center, 3505 8th Street, Meridian. Have you been wanting your own building, your own shed? Speak to our friends at Bethsaida Building, 601-728-1954. Now, they can custom build you a home from a barn dominium. Maybe it's a shed that you're needing or a simple place to park your car, a garage, a camp house. Maybe you need a place to park your tractor, your motorcycle, or even that lawnmower. They can custom design whatever it is you need. Quality work, trustworthy, Bethsaida Buildings. Speak with Drew, 601-728-1954. Welcome back. We're sitting here looking at what y'all are saying of these lifelines. Yeah. Virgil says 59,000. We got someone, Ava said 50 to 90,000.
Yeah, and then we had, Kathy said happened to her brothers. They went and got him in Mexico. It's worth it. Brown here, you've got PHI and you've got Air Care. So those two are stationed here at the airport.
Odie told me during the break, he goes, well, you can't put a price on your life until you're well. And then you go, oh.
Yeah, that hurt again.
You know, I guess that's, and I hate to say this out loud, but as you're thinking, your spouse, what are you going to leave them with? And you have to go, it'd be better if I just go ahead and go so they won't be hurt by this.
We're getting a free here in Britain. But how does the doctor's office work? Can you walk in and see not a helicopter? Can you walk in and see a doctor, or do you have to get an appointment and wait 3 or 4 months?
Well, I had a good friend that lived in Canada, and they had that. And he said, you show up at the doctor, and he goes, you may or may not be waited on. He said, when it hits 5 o'clock, they tell you to go home. He said, there's no guarantee that you'll get in. Again, I have never
making an appointment.
Yeah.
So, and it may be 3 to 6 months
Yeah,
before you get an appointment, and then you still hope 3 or 4 days. What if you need a doctor today?
Well, I'm telling you, when I get sick, I'm a baby. Ask my wife. She'll tell you I'm the biggest whiny. I can't handle a cold. I can handle a heart attack, but I can't handle no cold. That stuff's bad.
I'd rather. That's a whole nother debate.
As we go to Kemper County, as I mentioned, we had a shooting that happened, Scuba, Mississippi, over the weekend. It would be just east of there at Three Corners is what we used to call it. Papa Ellis's little store there was there when I was a kid. They tore it down and put a county barn there now. Is set where his store was, and the old gravel pile set there. Just to the left of there on Pineywood Road is where the accident would happen. This gentleman has been charged. Let me back up on that. I don't need to say that word. This man has been charged with aggravated assault. His name is Ladaro Dale. Now, when all this happened, I didn't realize Peanut is who was shot. I think Peanut was shot for. I never knew Peanut's real name. He's mowed everybody's grass in Scuba for umpteen dozen years. Always got a smiling face, but he's been seriously injured. Peanut, maybe you know him. We wish a well recovery to him. What caused the argument or whatever went on, I do not know. But we hope he recovers. A charge of aggravated assault, pretty serious charge, attempted murder.
I know 2 Peanuts. One, Daniel Sable, and we've just known him by Peanut. The other one, when you say Peanut, do you know what comes to my mind?
Jeff Dunham.
Jump, Peanut, jump.
Oh, yes, I do. Yes, I do. I thought at first you were going toward the Jeff Dunham.
Well, and him too.
But you're right, jump.
Yeah, jump, Peanut.
You know, that happened in Sugarlock, Mississippi some 30 years ago. Some guy decided that he was going to climb the water tower, and I think he thought he was going to get sympathy, and the crowd below did not do it that way. They were yelling the word J-U-M-P.
Yeah.
And we had some people that got upset because they were. I remember it like it was yesterday. Driving up at 100 people yelling, and we're going, "What?"
Everybody stood outside Lauderdale County Courthouse
and yelled,
"Jump, Peanut, jump!"
That happened. He was a prisoner on top. If you're wondering what we're talking about, yesterday, let's go to the Northwood area. And if you saw something, please say something. Let me get this over here, and I'm going to pause this. Let me show this video here. We got a car coming right there.
Yep.
All right, this car is responsible. There was some lawn equipment stolen. And let me tell y'all something. It's hot outside. These guys work hard for the money. Now, you know, if you say, oh, it cost me $100 to mow my grass, you get to a point to where it's good to have somebody take care of you. And they work hard for what they do. Mm-hmm. And then they have a blower is somewhere around $400 for a good one.
When it's going to last you, yeah.
A Steel or a name brand like that, minimum. The backpack blowers are even more expensive than that. But we know of at least 2 of those stolen in the area. This car, again, was connected to this, for what we understand. If you've seen that, contact police. Maybe your camera got a better picture than this one. Report it to the Meridian Police Department. I believe that's 485-1893. 485-1893 is the number to call on that. We got to protect our own.
Yes, we do.
None of us like a thief. I also want to mention, as we continue this murder theme that we're on, originally, I didn't realize it had happened this way. When I spoke with Eric Clark, I missed it. When it was early when we were talking in the morning. There was a shooting at a nightclub in Union, which falls in Neshoba County. Group of people outside, gunshots were fired. There was a lady in the restroom. It went through the wall, bounced off, struck her, and killed her instantly. So we now have a murder in Neshoba County. Investigation is ongoing into this. Hopefully, I know some people were detained. I don't know if anybody's been charged yet, but we do hope that someone is charged with this. We cannot let this happen in society, and they're really good about fixing problems in Neshoba County quickly.
I never knew they had a nightclub in Union.
Yeah, and I hadn't been around Union enough to know. I've been to the
hadn't
four-way stop there, and
Went on through.
stopped and got me some
Now,
peanuts.
we go by Ward's and get one of them there chili cheeseburgers.
They're good, wasn't they?
You can't drive with and eat one of them suckers. You got to have a whole sheet as a bill, and they that good.
Hey, I have to say, when you want to thank somebody, let me thank somebody. Yesterday afternoon, I got a call that said, "Hey, there's been a wreck at Dogwood Lake Road and Highway 493." So I get in the white Tahoe and I head to that situation. And let me show you video here, and let me blow this up where we can see it good. Dodge truck here involved, and we're going to pan around that struck this car.
Ooh.
Like as always, accidents happen. Going home was Lewis Recker. They come up on this, and he stops because, that's in the roadway where people can't do it.
Yeah.
He sat there. I came home 2.5 hours later, and apparently the state trooper was not close. 2.5 hours later, I said, "Angie, I'm hungry." And she said, "Well, I ain't cooking you nothing." And I said, "Well, then."
Oh, so she's back.
I said, "Well, now." So she put me in her car and let me ride in the passenger seat to go get me something. 2.5 hours later, the wreck is still there because they had to do all the paperwork. And Lewis Recker waited with them because they can't move a car until the Highway Patrol gives the thumbs up.
Yeah.
But I just wanted to say an extra thank you for them to stopping and helping someone. That was above and beyond the call of duty to do that. And
Took time out of his day. And I can tell you now, Terry Lewis is a busy man on Mondays.
Yes, sir.
And for him to do that, he took some stuff out of his time to do that. But they're good people.
They are. We'll be back. We got more to talk about. Woo, fire department showing up in places. I'm telling you, fire departments all over everything. We'll be right back.
Jordan with Parish Tractor here to talk about our fall hunting package, the Whitetail Widowmaker L2502 DT with a DH1560, an RCR 1260 6-foot cutter. You're going to get a free pipe top trailer with that. We're about 60 days. It's going to start around $29,999 cash, as little as $385 per month. Come see us. 4 locations: Meridian, Hattiesburg, Poplarville, Robertsdale, and coming soon to the Panhandle of Florida.
Patrick Allen Companies has a wide selection of garage doors that will fit your style, add value to your home, and add curb appeal to your neighborhood. Patrick Allen also has top-of-the-line, energy-efficient replacement windows that will make your home look great while saving you money. We're family-owned and operated, and we take pride in our work. 5305 Highway 145 South in Meridian.
For all your garage doors and replacement windows,
call Patrick Allen Companies. Safety, service, satisfaction.
Tired of buying cars with no warranty? Are you worried about your car breaking down? Come see us at Johnson Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram, the only dealership in Meridian that gives you a 7-year unlimited mileage powertrain warranty on qualified new and used cars, trucks, and SUVs. Buy with confidence. We'll take care of you for 7 years, new and used, at Johnson Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram.
J&J Tire Muffler, located at 3420 8th Street, invites you by. And if you need a front-end alignment, make sure to try their new state-of-the-art alignment machine. No matter the size of your truck and car, J&J can align it. J&J also has touch-free mounting, laser wheel balancing, and as always, they provide preventive maintenance, including CV axles, shocks, struts, brakes, with the largest selection of new and used tires, along with exhaust systems. Locally owned and operated since 1978 in Meridian. Welcome back. I don't know how good you are at this, but can you do that famous line that he done of
I'll be back?
That's him. 1947. Everything was great until we found out about the housekeeper.
Yeah.
His world got shaken up. But he was born on this date as we go back for Arnold. Born July 30th.
1947.
Just kind of messed up that whole Hunt. Is it Hunts or Hines that he married into?
I can't remember. I think it was Hunt.
That's what her family owned.
And then because the other senator's got something to do with Hines.
Yeah, nothing like having your love child walk up and say, "Hello, Daddy."
Yeah. Kind of like they could be neighbors. You know?
Whoops.
It's neighbor. That's what I said, neighbor.
You will remember this guy as being the jerk. Not the movie The Jerk, but he was definitely a jerk from Nakatomi Towers.
Nakatomi Towers, yeah.
He was the reporter that just kept butting into everything. And then at the end of the movie, Bruce Willis's wife, whatever character it was, punches him. Y'all remember this guy?
You know, he's the reason that they found out that Bruce Willis was still in there.
That's right.
Because he aired everything from the bathroom. I'm coming to you live from Nakatomi Plaza.
Now, I did not know he was in Ghostbusters. I don't know what part that he played in Ghostbusters, but it says that he did play in it. It could have been a minute part. Who knows?
I don't. Maybe he played one of them ghostesses.
He could have been. This lady was absolutely gorgeous. And she had such a southern drawl, and she was married to a Mississippian.
Yes, yep.
Major Dad is who were Gerald McCraney. Anybody remember the lady Delta Burke? She was just sexy, classy, the whole 9 yards.
She was. I still didn't watch it. What was that?
Designing Women.
Yeah.
Well, it had a flavor of what didn't.
And
it wasn't our type of show.
Interest or nothing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, they didn't work on cars or have tool time or anything like that.
Didn't chase each other.
No.
Yeah.
Suzanne Sugarbaker, wasn't that one of the names?
Yeah, Sugarbaker.
Sugarbaker. Maybe it was an ad agent. I don't remember. I didn't watch much of it, but she is just so well respected. She may have had an issue once or twice. 1956, somebody took the right move. I think it would be Eisenhower, President Dwight D., as a matter of fact, that would put it down and have it added to our Pledge of Allegiance, under God, inserted into that. And it also, although it had been going on since the Civil War, it was put into It's Got to Be Done. As we look at In God We Trust, was forever burned in the places of our hearts there. It was put on money legally.
I wish we still had it on our vehicle tag.
That would be whoever designed, helped design the state bird thing, wasn't it? And they took it off, that new tag design.
What is that, a mosquito?
Yeah, they tried to pass. Now, I don't like to talk about people, but when that makes it to the top 5 of we're going to get rid of your flag and you put a mosquito on it and then they go, oh, it was an accident. That wasn't an accident. Y'all were just trying to get rid of the old flag. And a mosquito made it, and then the new tag has In God We Trust off of it. That bothers me. We'll leave it at that. This guy is a man among gentlemen. We got to say, boy, every show that he does the Pledge of Allegiance still on every show, every morning there. I don't know why that's not coming back up, Odie. It ain't working correctly there.
Ruh-roh.
It'll be all right. 1958, Neil McCoy was born. Anybody remember Neil? Sure like him a lot. He, no doubt about it. All you got to do is give me that wink. Yeah, you remember those songs. He was good at that. As we go back to remember this guy, which CSI show was he on? There's like 50 of them.
Wasn't the newer, the new one that just came out from the original that was in Vegas. I don't think he had anything to do with Vegas. And he didn't have anything to do with Miami.
It was one of them.
In New York and New Orleans. It wasn't New Orleans. So maybe New York?
Possibly. That was one of them there, but I remember him well from that show. 1973, country music's hottie, I think is the word to use for this, recorded, I Was Raised on Country Sunshine. Anybody remember Dottie West?
Dottie West.
Boy, she was a pistol. She's got 2 of them there. Sunshine. We'll leave it at that.
We're going to try and, if y'all have put in the last few minutes a birthday, let us know, because our comments...
It went away for some reason.
It didn't want to pull up.
Yeah, it may come back in a second, but...
so put it back on here again. I've got it pulled up on the old...
Acting Ugly. Yeah. Henry Winkler, I never watched this show. It didn't do it for me. I remember it coming out and being talked about in the 80s. It was about a morgue. Stella, where are you? It was called...
I bet Clayton watched that, too.
Night Shift. Anybody remember that with Henry Winkler? Ron Howard directed it.
I had no idea.
It's been a while since that was on. Let's see what else happened on this date. 1980, I didn't even realize this. Maybe Greg knows this, but this was the last movie that Jackie Gleason made. Anybody remember a movie that he did with Tom Hanks called Nothing in Common? I don't. I've never seen it. I didn't even know it existed. You ever heard of it?
No.
Me either. But Jackie Gleason, his last movie there, and he would pass away from cancer not long after that. It was 1991. I met this old boy. He hangs around here. He's done a lot for our community here lately.
Yes, he has.
It was called I'm Tempted. Anybody remember Marty Stewart's song, The Marty Party? That's when it all came down. Can you believe that's been that many years ago?
30
I think he was
years.
married into the Cash family at that point. A little change since then. This guy would stop in the Neshoba County Fair one night, all because, well, he brought his bottle on stage. You can't do that when it's a dry county, or at least it was then. They had to have a little chat with him and go put that back on the bus. He's a household name now. Gary Allen there. He released his first song, All I Want to Be Is Her Man. Boy's got a distinctive voice. You'll remember him. His wife had, what is that disease called? Postpartum?
Well, that's after pregnancy.
Yeah, she had a bunch of children and she committed suicide, if I remember.
Postpartum depression.
Yeah, and left him with, I don't know, was it 6, 7 children?
Wow.
He had like 3 children. She had 3 children when they got married, and he's been through a pretty rough time. As we look at this, I never watched this. Number one, it was one of them spooky shows, Odie, where you had to watch through your eyeballs.
Now, I like scary movies and stuff, but that was just too stupid for me to even watch.
They videoed it with a video camera.
Yeah.
And anybody remember this show? The Blair Witch Project? Well, it was released on this day, 1999. And I can't tell you the millions upon millions of dollars that movie made.
And it didn't cost them hardly anything.
No.
And there was nothing to it.
This lady would pass away on this date. You'll remember her from I Never Promised You a Rose Garden. Lynn Anderson passed away today back in 15. That's been, 9 years ago.
Yeah.
Woof. Time gets away from us. We would also lose a guy that really created a new sound out of Memphis, Tennessee. It would all happen there. He had a little thing on the corner there. Johnny Cash dropped by, Jerry Lee Lewis dropped by, and the ultimate guy dropped in one day from driving a truck and walked in and wanted to record a song for his mama.
Let me show you how to play this guitar.
There's Sam Phillips. He passed away on this date back in 03. That was a young one there before we went on and would sell that contract to RCA Records. And, of course, it's a museum now. If you ever make it there and can make it down the street without getting mugged, you too can go to Sun Records to visit that. Our cities are in a despair, are they not? 2003, the very last one of these were made, and they called it what?
The Bug.
The Love Bug.
Meep.
The last one rolled off of there. It was made in Mexico, the last one, were those last few years. Yeah. It rolled off the assembly line, forever to be no more.
And then they came out with another little bubble thing.
Yeah.
Put the engine in the front.
I forget how many millions of VW Bugs were made. It's just an astronomical number there.
Yeah.
This would happen in 16. This is one of the first times we saw this many people hurt. We had 16 people in a hot air balloon. It would float along, and Odie hit
the power lines. And that was one thing when I was up in that hot air balloon. It was, all right, look, keep your eye out. Let's make sure we see power lines. And there's no steering wheel. I was impressed. You can steer them things.
How do you do that with the
with the level of air, and different levels of air gives you different air movement in different directions, and yeah.
You got to know your business is what we're saying.
You do have to. Now, he used silly string to spray out and see which way the air was moving at what height, and you can go down to it or up to it. Or interesting, but yeah.
We're human, and always remember this. You will be if you ever do anything, it doesn't matter how many good things you do in life, you do one bad thing, you will forever be remembered for that act.
Dun, 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 dun.
You remember his bad act that he's remembered for?
He was watching a movie, wasn't he?
Yes, sir, he sure was there. Pee Wee Herman passed away today in 2023, a year ago today. And his last name, he was really Paul Rubens. But Pee Wee would be remembered for, well, we'll leave it at that. Y'all know.
Yeah.
Yes, sir?
Yeah.
Scotty Ray and Odie, we'll be right back because this morning is flying, Odie.
Golly.
Can you believe that? We'll be right back.
We know you care. But if this is all too real for you and your loved ones, make the call. Because we care too. Home instead. To us, it's personal.
The selection is always changing at Massey Supermart Auto Sales with low-mileage cars and trucks. How about a 2022 Jeep Wrangler or a 2021 Honda Ridgeline Sport with only 40,000 miles? A GMC Denali or a 2024 Silverado 2500? Drop in today and find the car that you're looking for. They're packed with low-mileage cars and trucks.
The low-profit dealer, Massey Supermart.
For something as vital as your eyes, you should have your lenses and contacts made with the utmost care and precision. And that's what Grayson Optical does on 24th Avenue. Since 1996, Grayson Optical's mission has been to provide Meridian and surrounding areas with quality eye care products. That's why we're locally owned and operated. And don't forget, custom-made sunglasses like Costa for your eyes only. When you need to see clearly, Grayson Optical. 2021 24th Avenue, Meridian. 601-693-6374.
Meridian's favorite barbecue is Squealer's Barbecue, named the barbecue capital for the state of Mississippi. Whether it's barbecue, wings, or burgers, Squealer's simply has the best for a family environment. Every Thursday night, there's live music out on the porch. Takeout orders are welcome, and whether it's your next tailgate or large catering event, your friends at Squealer's are there to help. Drop in for lunch today or a night out on the town. Squealer's Barbecue, the best in fine barbecue.
Welcome back. I'm your friend Scotty Ray. We talk about some of the hardest working people in Meridian. Let's show you a video here. Here they are, live on scene as they respond to an accident yesterday afternoon. Let me just show you here. As we look at this,
ow.
From what I understand, the car was going to be parked and somehow or another hit the gas and drove forward. But they came out to help, and we do appreciate them showing up to the scene. And they're Johnny on the spot when something goes on.
Like engine 4.
It was. They were there to help. Let's see what else went on yesterday there. We had a city truck involved in a boo-boo yesterday. This would happen on Old Highway 80 there, as we see there. No big deal. No, that wasn't Highway 80. This would be over by the John Deere dealership. 29th Avenue is where that was. If you go north of there, under the bridge, under I-20, that's where that happened. Wasn't anything serious, but we did have a little minor. We had some of your friends get loose, some of Harold's friends.
They're trying to make their way to Harold now. They must have saw the Scotty Ray Report and met Harold and wanted to be part of it.
Now, let's bring this up. In case you didn't see this, let me back this up to the beginning here. I went to see Harold yesterday. Me and Greg did, and we took him tokens. And I probably should have turned the recorder on when we first drove it because he was happy to see us. Let me pull this up, and I'll let y'all watch old Harold here for a second. And, of course, that's Harold. If you've never met Harold before, that is Harold the donkey that we often talk about.
I don't know if he looks like Barry or if Barry's starting to look like him.
But, boy, they are twinsies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Old Harold.
That was fun with old Harold as he was out and about yesterday, frolicking in the sunshine.
And I guess it has been. We've been talking about Harold for a while, and we never did really show a picture of Harold.
Yeah.
So it was good that you were able to do a video with him.
He was in the shade. He was laid up in the shade, and we interrupted his afternoon nap is what it was. But he heard that bread wrapper opening, and here he come.
Yeah.
And he let out some he-honks all the way to the hill.
He thought you was bringing him some goats. He's still looking for some.
He's lonely.
Goats. Yeah.
Yeah. 2 Harolds. That's right. We had a house moved yesterday. You don't see this very often. It was interesting there. Old Marion Road, 19th Street, as they moved a house. Technology is some kind of great as we see that being done. That happens more often than you think.
Talking about I'm getting out of here and I'm taking my stuff with me.
Yeah.
I'm not packing all this stuff up and moving it. We'll just take the house.
Clarkdale community getting ready for a fundraiser as we pull this up. It's going to be Cruising for Caleb. It's going to be held August the 3rd on Saturday from 10 until 3. It's going to be at the Clarkdale Recreation Association. That's down Valley Road where they done the fireworks not long ago.
Yep.
So if you can make it out for that Saturday, it begins at 10 a.m. They would love to have you come take a part of that. Goes to a good cause to help somebody in the community that needs help there. Let's see what else is happening. The Lauderdale County Sheriff's Department warning of scams that are going on. They always let us know what's happening here. Home warranty scams. You get this stuff, chunk it. Don't pay any attention to it. Thieves work harder to steal what's yours. They stay up all night chasing stuff like this.
Yeah. And it's working because they keep on doing it. People actually fall for this and send them money, and they continue to do it because we continue to have people that fund that type of activities.
It was. Let's see what else has gone on over the last few days. Marion, I didn't get a chance to show this yesterday, but there was an accident this weekend in Marion on Highway 45. If you were coming in, you passed Simmons Wrecker, and you take the loop to go around the bypass. It was blocked right there. They wouldn't let you on it, and this is why. This 18-wheeler didn't have a trailer with it, ran off the road in that rain. And off in the bushes it went, so the road was blocked until Simmons could come in and hook to that and get it pulled out of the way. But it kind of backed up traffic for a little while there. And so that's what was going on Saturday, if you were wondering who, what, and why. And let's see what else we got going on around that I hadn't brought up. Let's see here. In Mississippi, Marshall County, Mississippi, over the weekend, we had a 2-year-old child Odie shot.
When are we not going to? And when I say when are we going to make enough, I'm not talking about gun laws. We've got gun laws. That means you have the right to carry them. That's the only gun laws you need. A gun does not kill or maim or shoot anybody.
That's right.
The person behind the gun does. You cannot take a lawful gun away from an illegal intention. That being said, when are we going to have enough of allowing people to go through and do drive-bys and all this other activities without laying down solid, harsh, 100% punishment? Because losing kids.
Are you familiar with what happened in the state of Mississippi with that guy from Tennessee?
No. Now,
I need to know more about this than I do. And I admit, I don't know everything that I should. I haven't studied it closely enough. Nashville, Tennessee, they let someone out of jail. As we often see the police respond to domestic disputes. Boyfriend had beat up a girlfriend. He was tagged. It was a bad one that he shouldn't have gotten out. Well, a judge let him go. He would travel to Mississippi and end up killing her.
And put her in the back seat of her own car.
Yeah.
They did not tell this girl that he had been released.
Here she is.
And she should have been notified. In my eyes. And I don't know. Yes. I know the law says, I don't know if they met the criteria. But the law does say in some instances you have to notify the victim. And the victim was not notified. And what she went through, that should have met all criteria to let her know that this guy just got released from jail and she needed to be careful.
There's the judge that did it. I think most of us would say the blood is on her hands. I don't care how you slice that. The father pleaded, and they still... That's just horrible that something like that could happen. Prayers for this. It goes, and I'm not going to get into all the details, but it goes that her face was literally beaten off. He kept beating her, Odie. Prayers for that family. They've got a long road ahead of them as they try to get over this.
They do.
We'll be right back. That's just, it rattles me to no end on that. We got more coming. Scotty Ray Report.
Call Trey Long with Long Cleaning Solutions, 601-934-9427. Step into the spotless world of Long Cleaning Solutions. Feel the power of our one-of-a-kind solution perfected by Trey Long. Don't delay. Get results today. Call Trey Long at Long Cleaning Solutions, 601-934-9427.
Health Now is your locally owned medical equipment store. Every person's need is a little different, and they offer a little bit of supplies. They even have walkers, bath products, and oxygen. And the great thing about Health Now is they offer same-day service. They're open Monday to Friday, 8 a.m. to 4:30 p.m., and on call 24/7. Health Now Medical Equipment, where we treat our patients like family.
If every time the wind blows you get a little leery about a tree over your house, talk to my friends at Reed Tree Service. There's no reason to be worried about a tree crashing through your house. Mike Reed has years of experience dealing with trees. It can be as simple as having a limb removed or a tree that is just huge too close to your shop or house. It's not going to cost you anything to have Mike come out and give you an estimate. They're licensed and insured, taking care of East Mississippi and West Alabama. Reed Tree Service. Have tree, we'll travel. Welcome back. We're just getting word of an accident. This is with possible injuries. Highway 495 and King Road. We've had, I can think of 3 quick ones here in the last few months.
Yeah.
So if you're traveling Highway 495, that intersection of King Road, use caution. Mississippi Highway Patrol, Bailey Volunteer Fire Department, all of these are en route, could possibly already be on scene. I'm not sure how long ago this happened, but it's in the last few moments that it has happened, Odie.
We'll have a picture, I'm sure, come up in a minute, and we'll try and get you some more information, because right now we don't know if it's one lane a block. We don't know if any lanes are blocked. We don't know if the whole highway's blocked. But if you're coming through that way, going into town, if you can make that alternate route, I would say go ahead and do it before you get caught up in this, in case there is the road being blocked, because you might be there a little while.
We just got a update on Harold. Oh, we've been calling him Clark 3. We are wrong.
He's 2.5, isn't he?
Up.
Oh. So he is Clark 100.
Clark 100. We got it official there.
Our bad.
Old Harold taking care of business in Clark County. He just got back from Shibuya yesterday. He's resting up under that shade tree when we woke him up there. Already at the top of the hour as we begin this day, we do hope you have a wonderful day and enjoy it. You often wonder, do you remember watching the Titanic? The movie Titanic?
Yep.
Do you remember the scene? Let me show you the scene right here. These 2 little boys laying in bed. It was a minor part, and I think they said a couple of words. The guy now is 32 years old,
wow,
and he's still getting a check from the movie. He said, on average, and you think, well, what do you make?
Yeah.
He said in the beginning it was a lot more, but he said to this day, 25 years later, he gets about $200 to $250 a year out of it. And he goes, hey, it's spending money.
Yeah, for something that, what'd he do?
He was 5 years old when he done that part. Imagine what they get out of the Christmas Story. Oh. Man, that show is played and played and played.
It goes back to Lucy. You know, she's the one that decided, no, we're going to do things a little different. I'm going to retain rights to this show, and the more it plays, the more I'm going to make. You're not going to just make money off of me and not get anything for myself. She changed a lot of that.
She sure did.
And I'm sure her family are still making some money off of it because it's still being played.
Yep. Let's do some birthdays, Odie.
We're going to do some birthdays here. We got a few coming on in, and we've got a few done. So let's see how we've got here. So Perry in Birchfield had a birthday yesterday. Bless you. Pat Levitt had a birthday yesterday, and so did Jared Woodall. Today we've got Lee Craven Moore, Shane Ford, Christy Minnick, Dennis and Lisa Pike, 25 years together. Gerald Pittman, Matthew Parker, the big 2-7, Isabel Collins, 16, and Brenda Valentine. Your sister said she wasn't going to give your age, but you were old as dirt. I can't believe she actually said that on here.
Old as dirt.
So we're going to hit this big button, and we're going to get us a lucky winner. Jed Pittman, happy birthday. You are winner today of the Hyundai of Meridian Scotty Ray Report coffee mug. Go by Hyundai of Meridian, Highway 39 North, big gray building. Used to be known as the Carriage House. Go by there, pick it up. While you're there, check out some of the vehicles they got. Amy rode in one this weekend, and it was the Palisade. She goes, I liked it.
Nice cars.
Nice car. So go by and check on that. And happy birthday to everyone. Jed Pittman, happy birthday to you. Winner chicken dinner.
As Terry McWilliams said, they still get royalties from the Jimmy Rogers, Elsie McWilliams songs that are out there. It's just amazing how that works over time.
Yeah.
Jimmy Rogers, one of the most, well, that is the most known name in music.
You got that right. Yeah.
I don't care where you are. Let's see here. We need to do a coffee mug. I mean, a Bible verse.
Yeah,
we just done that. Yeah. Yeah, we're going for the Bible verse of the day. And Odie, we always need that good word to start our day.
Woo, it helps us out. We're going to go to Matthew 24, verse 44. Therefore be ye also ready, for in such an hour as ye think not, the Son of Man cometh. It's told us that no one knows but God himself when our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ is coming back to get us. You cannot not be ready. You've got to know that he's on his way. He's going to come. He's going to take us to paradise where we're all going to see the rest of our families that's gone before us. Have him in your heart. Be ready for that day. We don't know if he's coming or if he's going to come get us and take us home before then. But we've got to have him in our heart. We've got to be prepared to see our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ. I hope you invite him in your heart and change your life starting today. Hope y'all have a wonderful day. This is Tuesday. Hump Day's coming. Until then, remember, we want you to have a great day. We want you to have a good day because you know that we love you.
We'll see you then.
The Scotty Ray Report is brought to you by our following partners.